January 31st, 2020, my entire world changed. And that was right before the actual entire world changed. Goodness gracious, already starting. That day marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of everything that came after. Welcome to Mompreneur Unmuted, breaking molds and building legacies. The space where faith meets focus and motherhood meets mission. I'm your host, Alicia L. Jenkins. Wife, mother, author, business owner, and former portfolio manager turned mompreneur, figuring out purpose after pain. And this is episode 1. The beginning of something I've been called to do for a long time. And before we even get started, let me just say this. This podcast is as real as it gets. So, if you ever hear or see me recording from my living room couch or my office, just know I'm no longer letting anything hold me back. Cause mama don't wait for perfect lighting, quiet houses, or studio setups. Sometimes purpose starts right where you are. This ain't just a podcast. It's a seat on my living room couch, a safe space, a soundboard for people like you, building businesses, healing from traumas, and balancing babies and big dreams. Today, we start at the beginning, my beginning. Because before there was a children's book, before the brand, the bookings, the events, there was a storm. And in that storm, I found purpose. January 31st, 2020, my entire world changed. And that was right before the actual entire world changed. That day marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of everything that came after. Me and my husband experienced a heartbreak that no parent prepared for. Our first son, Isaac Zeus Jenkins, was born, but only lived a few hours. I birthed him. I held him. I loved him. And then I had to let him go. There is literally no handbook for what comes next. There's silence. There's anger. There's disbelief. There's asking God why. And there's grief that fills every room, every breath, every heartbeat. I remember feeling like I had no words, like nothing would ever make sense again. And for a while, it didn't. But slowly, through therapy, prayer, and time, God began to meet me in the places I couldn't even reach myself. One night, he gave me a literal dream. And I woke up in tears. In a dream, I saw Isaac, his entire life, radiant, full. He was talking, he was breathing, shining. It felt like he came to tell me, I'm okay, and you will be too. When I woke up, I wrote down everything I felt in that moment. Now, I didn't know it then, but that poem will become the seed for what will later grow into my first children's book, Isaac Can Do It. But before we go any further, I want to pause and I want to share that poem with you. It's titled, I See You. I see you, sitting on the top step of 2, only 2 years old, with those big puppy dog eyes looking up at me. Eyes almost black but deep brown when the sun peeks from behind the clouds. The curliest black frohawk with the crispiest line like your dad used to wear. Skin so brown with the dust of glistening honey. Tags just popped off of that blue jogging suit with the red words. Let's not forget the all red chucks that your dad insisted on getting you. He's going to be pissed at that ice cream stain that was too fast for mommy to catch. The next morning, I'm outside of your 5th grade classroom door. I see you. I'm watching you, as you, the cool nerd, raise your hand to answer the teacher's question, while your classmates laugh at your witty but correct answer. Of course you had to follow it up with that smart aleck comment, butthole. I smirk and shake my head, seeing me and you. Then in just a blink, we're standing in front of your high school and my alma mater, Cass Tech. I see you. With the same curly frohawk, but now I'm looking up into those big, beautiful eyes. The athletic physique of a 21-year-old ball player at only 16. You grab me in a half embrace and throw up the peace sign to your team as we walk toward my Jeep. Where has the time gone? I turn back around and start running into the doors of a stadium. We have to hurry and make it before you go on stage. We find seats in the reserve section, just as you're walking up to the podium. I see you. I chuckle inwardly at that weird hat that they make graduates wear when you get your PhD. I remember us in the kitchen last night joking about it in the church choir robe. I start to float away. It's like I'm hovering over you, but you can't see me. I see you. You're crying beside your dad and I's caskets. Together? When did we get so old? I caress your dimpled cheek, then the worry lines that have embedded themselves in your forehead. I guess you decided to graduate the frohawk to a now graying shortcut. You grab your wife and your children's hands as they close the caskets, only for me to glance inside the 2 caskets turned 1, and I see you. Jesus. That poem changed me. It helped me see myself in a version of me I didn't even know existed. The one who could turn grief into purpose. The one who could show up for her other children with grace. The one who could build something lasting in Isaac's name. From that moment on, I knew I wasn't just healing for myself. I was healing for others. For every mom who has loved and lost, for every woman who has ever questioned her calling, for every soul wondering if beauty can come from brokenness. That's how Isaac Can Do It was born. It wasn't just a book. It was a reminder. If Isaac can do it, so can you. And that's how my journey as an author and a mompreneur began. I took what I had, a dream, a poem, a story, and with God, I turned it into purpose. Now, I stand here as somebody who still feel the loss, but live with joy, who still got questions, but walk with faith, who know that obedience can be the birthplace of legacy. And I know I'm not alone. Thank you for letting me share my heart with you today. If something in my story resonated with you, send this to somebody who might need it too. Let her know she's not alone. And remember, you don't need a big platform to have a big purpose. All you need is your story, your truth, and the courage to start. Now, I know everybody's journey look different. Some building businesses, others building babies, and some are balancing corporate calls with toddler tantrums and silent dreams. And next Tuesday, we're continuing the conversation because every woman's journey looks different. But there's always something we can learn from each other. And we getting into it next week. Until then, stay anchored in grace, fueled by purpose, and know this: if Isaac can do it, so can you.